Hey everybody, this is Tim from TTT Urban Homestead. This is a weekly tour, weekly update. Strawberries looking good. Haven't got a lot last month, but now it seems I saw some flowers, so we're gonna get some more. I've been eating them on a daily basis. Getting some rain now. Cut the grass, looks okay. Garlic update, looking good on that. Onions. The larger ones were bulbs that I bought and put in, and then the smaller ones are actually all the rest of them are seed. So I started from seed in a 6-pack, and then I put them out. Everything's looking good, getting plenty of sun and heat. So by looking at the food plot, I'm going to take this section down here and kind of create more of a beneficial bug attraction. I've already got the zinnia, marigolds, so I'm probably going to kind of amend this area, maybe put some more timbers down and just turn this into a area that will attract the beneficial bugs for us. Zinnia over there blooming, looking good. Green bean area, all the plants seem to be doing well. Don't fertilize them much. They pretty much pull their own nitrogen from the air, so that's good. I've incorporated some dill, and we got our sunflowers in the back. That'll provide some afternoon shade when in June and July when it gets super hot. Eggplant's doing really good. Focusing a little bit more on the soil biology of things. So it seems to be working a lot better. I didn't just start gardening to do YouTube videos. I've been gardening since I was a kid. And then since I've lived here, I've actually had something growing every year for 30 years. So I like to try different things, and if they don't work out, then I change. So I've been using Gemini from Chrome, and this whole food plot with the pest control plants, marigolds, dill, I'm going to be adding basil, fennel, but this whole area, it basically just planned out using Gemini and just having basically a conversation and explaining how the sun is here. And so the best plants for this specific area, we came up with green beans, eggplant, and okra. So we're going to see how Gemini does with the planting. 4 o'clock highs looking good. They actually bloom. These are the reason they call them 4 o'clock highs, because they actually bloom in the evening when the shade once the shade hits them. So once that happens, I'll shoot some videos in the evening so we can see those. This is the pepper area, and most of this layout and design I have used AI, basically Gemini. It's just not that I didn't know how to do things. I just wanted like the best possible method for pest control and plant placement. So the peppers in the front are jalapeno hot peppers. They actually can take the heat and more sun. The peppers in the back are more like green peppers, bell peppers, things like that, and they will get shaded in the afternoon. So I'm going to stick with that, give updates every week, and we'll see how things go. This area, if you watch the video from last week, this was full of brassicas from the winter. We had kale and collard greens, Swiss chard, things like that. It has now been, I prepped it up. I'll take a kind of the layer off the top because it was just a lot of debris that I wanted a more controlled layer. So I kind of cleared the top. I didn't really till, but I did throw down another layer of soil mix on the top, and then I used some blood meal, bone meal, and things like that. And then I actually still top it off with, wood chips that are a year old. So the soil looks really good. And it's actually, even though it's warm on top, it's cool right there. We're right under the wood chips. So that's the one way of getting the biology, keeping the soil moist, not drenching wet, but keeping it moist is going to be key. And I do have these moisture meters in the beds. It's in the middle, so I know the outsides are going to be less than what it says in the middle. So keep up with that. This is the herb area, but I'm moving my herb area to the back in bags. So I'm going to convert this to like a cat area, because we have cats, and I just don't like them digging around in my raised bed. So, but I'm going to convert this. So we'll do a special series on the cat haven raised bed. This is my cactus. My sister was asking me, what about the cactus in it? Now here it is. It's actually showing some movement here, some growth. Need that heat. All right, this is a lavender plant. This one I've had for quite a while. I actually want to get some cuttings off of it and do some more, because this one's starting to look pretty pitiful. All right. Couple bachelor buttons popped up here, one here and one there. So what I'm thinking is putting them about every 6 foot, put a bachelor button in down the driveway. I like blue, it's my favorite color, so try that out. See how the bachelor buttons really they grow really well. I didn't plant these, so they're just growing in the yard. I guess they send down a pretty deep root or something. But they're doing good. All right, to the backyard. All right, I'm going to start at my little table here. It's where I do a lot of stuff I do in the shade. I had these out. I'm starting to harden off the pepper plants and squash plants. I put them out for about an hour, and then the leaves start kind of drooping and getting real soft. So I know that 1 hour was their limit for today. So tomorrow, we will put them, I'll probably just put them right over here on this, my herb rack right for now. I don't have it all set up, but I'm working on this. This is going to be my herb rack, but I'll put them out here for a couple hours. I have been hardening off the basil and some marigolds, so they're withstanding a lot more time. I think I can leave these out, because they will get shaded here in the next hour or so. It's going to be shade over here anyway. So these are basil. Got to tell a story. I got to do a video about the Walmart basil trick. So that'll be a separate video. Here's my chives. I'm going to split the chives into a couple more bags so we have more. I might harvest this and dry it out, grind it up. Haven't really done a lot of that, so it's kind of things I want to try to do. All right, this is the cucumber and Korean melon area. So I have those plants are down this middle row and over there. And then on the outskirts, I've got the marigold, dill, nasturtium, That's more of a trap plant, but since they're growing in here, I just wanted to kind of have it organized. So I have the one on the end, two on the ends, and then I had a couple volunteers popping up in the middle, but they just kind of seemed to pop up like I organized it, and I didn't. So I trimmed down the marigolds in the middle here. They were so tall that now you can do that with marigold. I mean, I cut it like grass, and I just cut it down, and it'll come back like even stronger. But that outside, that particular row wasn't getting as much sun. So until the sun gets further north coming across, this bed will be a little slower. But within a week or two, it will have a little bit longer sun over here, and that'll boost everything that's over here. And I've done that several years, and I just have to be patient, give it time. I might not have cucumbers as late as everybody else, but I will have them. All right, this is some green beans in the front, and also has the pest control plants. I have put a couple tomato plants in here. They're on a trellis. They're going to be a single lead tomatoes, so I'm cutting off most suckers. I'm going to be cutting off until it gets a little taller. Then I will leave some, but I will top them. I might get some fruit out of them. I'll let them produce the flower, and then I'll top them, which means I'll cut off the part that's going to keep growing. But I like to have more of a canopy to cover to shade the soil. All right, these are the tomato bags, starting with the tomato bags. These are Red Delicious, something like that. They've actually already got flowers. These will also be a single lead, and do the same process with them. I am changing my drip irrigation to, I'm putting this ring inside. I'm creating a ring basically inside the bag, but it's about 5 inches from the stem. And I also add humus underneath the straw, and just really focusing on the biology of the soil and beneficial, even beneficial bacillum and stuff like that. I use the humus, and that comes from, it's live, basically live stuff going in, but I cover that up, as soon as I put it in, I cover it up, give it some moisture just to keep it alive, because if you let it dry out, it'll die. Okay, here's the yellow tomatoes, and I did a video on lacewing a couple days ago. If you want to look at that, I have been seeing lacewing crawling around, and so that's good. Lacewing are going to hopefully help me control the hornworm, and that's what, like last year I got taken out by the hornworm. It didn't matter what I sprayed, nothing. So I'm not spraying. I'm going to stick with beneficial insects and really inspect the plants this year, look for any hornworm eggs. So, and I'm just going to do that. I've reduced the number of plants so that it's more manageable, and I'm thinking even next year I'm going to reduce it again. Instead of 5 plants, I'm going to have 4. I just want more manageability of the plants and be able to the draping over of the foliage on each other. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. The more they stretch out, then they'll be spread apart. So that's a good thing. So these are double lead. So you're going to see 2 leads coming off. A lot of times there's a natural split, but it does look like a sucker, but I'm just going to use that as my split. And then sometimes it looks like a more natural split. So these will be double lead. That's what it looks like up high. Yeah, not completely level, I know. But I got it tied down, and it'll hold the weight. All right, and these are yellow tomatoes. And then these are early tomatoes, supposed to be early, they're red. So, and there's a split there, so I'm starting to feed them up the lines on either side. Alright, got the dill. I'm sorry, the mustard greens. They went to seed, so I'm leaving that. I'm trying, actually, if aphids come in, and they'll come in and just start eating this whole plant. But also, when that happens, it attracts the butterflies or the ladybugs. So it's kind of equal, trying to equal things out. The bees are working. This is a wild radish. So anyway, all right. So back to the Roma setup. The plants are looking very good. I do not trellis Romas. They're a bush tomato, so I'm going to try to give them some support. But I got some other things I'm going to do. I'm going to put some posts in and tie all this kind of together to those posts, so that winds come up and stuff like that. It won't try to blow everything over. But these are 10-gallon bags, where the other tomatoes, the vine tomatoes, are actually in 7. So, but they're looking very good. Last year, I don't know, I got a late start or something, and they were just straggly, and maybe I didn't keep up with the moisture. It's a lot with these bags. You really have to keep an eye on the moisture and make sure that they have the proper amount. If you don't water tomatoes and peppers and stuff the right way, you end up with blossom end rot and things like that. And it's not about the calcium; it's about the calcium getting released to the plant. So if you mismanage your water, your moisture, that's what it is when you get blossom end rot. Okay, in the greenhouse. No, I'm not doing I got some things I'm hardening off. This was part of our seed to seed, is those squash plants, and I might pull them out of here, because it's, even with the fan running, it's showing 96 degrees. So I'm gonna pull them out of here eventually. But they're not droopy or nothing, so that's good. But they're not getting in the okra. I got some okra. I put them out this morning too, and the squash did the best as far as the sun UV ray tolerance. It did the best. The okra kind of, but they're just coming. So I'm bringing them out from inside the house, so they do not have any UV. They do not have a tan yet. Let's put it that way. They got to get a tan first. Squash. No, I'm sorry. Spinach. Spinach. It's starting to bolt. So, with spinach, you need a male and female plant, and we might let some of these go. I just found a whole bag of spinach seeds, so I don't need the seeds. I'm gonna run over to the blackberry patch. I need to get out here and pick. So blackberries galore. Yep. Oh, that's good. They're time for a snack. There's a nice one there. So I'm not spraying anything this year. Not even what they call organic. No neem oil. No pesticides. Hopefully I'm working on the attracting beneficial insects, and I will be using biological spray like BT, and I do use some things in the seedlings to cut down the fungus gnat, but it's all biological. It's not any type of synthetics, and it's not going to kill anything. But like the BT spray is going to kill the larvae, or the hornworm and the borer, the squash borer bug, and things like that. So, all right, get a chance, subscribe, comment, like, share. Appreciate it. We'll see you next week.